Why was Mises' socialist collapse prediction so accurate? Imagine living in a world where governments control every factory, farm, and business. Now picture that system struggling to keep up. Ludwig von Mises saw this coming long before it happened. His prediction about socialist economies collapsing was based on a simple but powerful idea. Mises pointed out that in a free market, prices are created through voluntary exchanges between buyers and sellers. These prices tell us how scarce or abundant resources are and help entrepreneurs decide what to produce. When prices reflected real supply and demand, resources are used efficiently. That's how a healthy economy works. But in socialist systems, the government owns or controls the means of production. There are no real markets for capital goods like factories or machinery. Without market prices, planners don't know the true value of resources. They can't compare costs or benefits accurately. This is called the economic calculation problem. Because of this, socialist planners are forced to make decisions without reliable information. They guess, estimate, or set prices administratively. But these artificial prices often distort reality. They lead to overproduction of some goods and shortages of others. Resources get wasted, and economic progress stalls. History proved Mises right. In the Soviet Union and other socialist countries, central planners struggled to coordinate production. They produced too much of some items and too little of others. Living standards lagged behind market economies. Innovation slowed because there was no clear way to judge what consumers wanted. Even attempts to imitate market prices within socialism failed. Setting prices artificially or allowing limited market activity doesn't solve the core issue. Genuine market prices only come from private ownership and competition. Without these, economic calculation remains impossible. From a libertarian view, Mises' prediction shows why individual freedom and private property matter. They create the conditions for rational decision-making and efficient resource use. When governments try to replace markets with central planning, they undermine the very mechanisms that drive economic growth. In real-world terms, expanding government control, like nationalizing industries or imposing price controls, tends to cause long-term harm. The collapse of socialist economies is a clear example of what happens when these economic principles are ignored. It's a lesson that free markets, with their prices and private ownership, are essential for prosperity.